I'm blind in my left eye. I'm legally blind in my left eye.
Yes.
My right eye ain't that good. I have to wear reading glasses, but I'll wear my reading glasses then I
Yeah.
can still read words.
Yeah.
I had cataract removed from my eyes. I could see a road sign out my right eye.
Wow.
That's how close I come to being blind because I had cataract.
Yes.
When they took the cataracts off, everything looked so bright. Everything I looked at was bright. It hurt your eyes.
Yeah.
Today I'm light sensitive in that eye. If I ain't got shade glasses on, I have to look down to the ground to walk. I can't lift up my eyes that way because sunlight blind them.
That's something.
But I look down, I can see the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, without my glasses, everything's a blur, basically. So
And that was Jimmy.
I have to wear glasses
And,
full time.
and I remember after getting them cataracts off, driving down the road, I'd read a sign way over across the road somewhere else.
Yes.
I could read it was.
Yes.
If I was riding with somebody else, I'd tell them, look at that sign. I can't see no sign. I said, plain up there, play. And it used to be before I got the cataract. I may have shared this before, but it's all right if I have. Be driving down the road with somebody, and if I was riding with them, I'd see signs and I'd pronounce the word backwards. They wouldn't know where it is at. And I had somebody ask me, said, how did you do that? I said, it ain't no trouble, spell it backwards. I said, the words made backwards, so they are forward.
Yeah.
Just like Tramlaw, Walmart,
Yeah. Yes.
just talking about the same blade.
I think one of the funniest ones is Sneerglaw. That's Walgreens.
Yeah. But people need to take care of their eyes.
That's right.
Too many things can happen to an eye that we
Yes.
can't help.
That's right.
I heard of a man knocked one of his eyes completely out of his head to get the old age pension check.
Oh gosh.
his 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 brother-in-law one told me about it.
Wow.
My brother he married his sister, and he was my uncle.
Yes.
And I could visit my uncle one day. He said his name was Jeff. Was the one that had his eye out.
Uh-huh.
He said, "Do you ever know what's wrong with Jeff's eye? Why he's blind?" I said, "I never thought nothing about it. I let you know he didn't have one eye." He laughed. He said, "I'll tell you." Said he's crazy. He said somebody told him when they first started coming out, the old age pension check, they would have got over $10, maybe $15 a month. And they told him if he was blind in one eye, he could get that old age pension check. Next time he seen him, his eye was gone.
Gosh. I couldn't imagine doing that, you know?
I couldn't either. But he's the one that told me one time he tried to train a coon dog, and the coon run up a little hollow tree. Said the tree wasn't big as a coffee can.
Wow.
And he said, now that coon can't turn around in that small space. I'm going to put my hand up there and get him by the hind foot and jerk him out to my dog. And he said about the time he took a hold of that coon's feet, that coon took a hold of his hand between his thumb and forefinger. Said it like it tore his hand off.
Wow.
Well, I said, did you ever try it anymore? He said, no, I never tried it again. And I wasn't about 17, 18 years old when he told me that.
Wow.
Think about knocking your eye completely out for $10 or $15 rest of your life.
No.
Be blind.
No.
For maybe 70 or 80 years.
Huh.
Because just knocked the eye out on purpose to get a check.
Wow.
That'd be something.
Yeah, it would.
I know the man. I didn't know I was going to say all this. I know the man and who he was working for. They was cutting some timber. And I know who they're cutting timber for. He deliberately stuck his leg under a log and sawed that log off on his leg to break his leg. So he had to work, and a man he's working for to keep up his family while he stayed at home and didn't work.
Wow.
They took him to the doctor. They put a cast on his leg. If I called their name, you'd know who if they heard this, they'd know who I was talking about. So I won't call the name.
Okay.
But he got home from getting the cast put on his leg. They got him 2 or 3 loads of groceries.
Uh-huh.
I mean, good groceries. They wasn't big cheap groceries.
Yeah.
And that cast got the itching on his leg. He began to take a little bit off of it, little pieces at a time. Keep on itching. He take another little piece off.
Oh.
And he got that took off down about halfway of his leg.
Wow.
But he was a cast from his foot up to just above his knee.
Yeah.
And he got it about halfway up from his foot. He had to go back to the doctor for a checkup. And the doctor asked him, said, why did you take that cast off like you have? He says, each of my leg, I couldn't stand it. He said, I'll just take the rest of it off and you go back to work.
Yeah.
So that is his groceries. He had to go back to work to get his groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, maybe I shouldn't tell you this.
Okay.
His grandma stayed with him. And he'd pace her on the road of walking and wouldn't stop picking her up and snow on the ground.
Mm.
And her, his grandma. I saw him do that.
Wow.
It's sad.
It really is.
But what are they going to face in the end? If they didn't get forgiveness, what are they going to face in the end?
That's a good question, you know.
And while they stand before the judgment, and she asks him, why do you pick me up when it's snowing?
Yeah, good
I'm not
question.
saying she would, but why if she did?
Yes.
It's just something to think about.
Really is, yes.
But that it shows you what the world and money Can't do to people.
That's right.
Especially those too lazy to work and provide for their own family.
Yes. They're slapping the
And-
face to ones like me that want to work and can't really.
Right.
You know?
I'd love to be out there working. And
Yeah.
I would if I could find someone else to sit with,
Yes.
because right now I'm in need of some extra income.
Like we all are.
I had a little saved up, but now it's about gone.
Hmm.
But the Lord will make a way somehow. He always has.
Yes.
Like the old song, the Lord will make a way somehow.
Yes.
You've heard it.
Yeah. I think I sent you the words to that one time.
You did?
Yeah.
But you don't hear them old songs no more.
I agree.
And that's why a lot of times I'll get to listen to YouTube. I go out and pull back the old hymns they used to sing. People sing them.
Yes.
Whole lot of difference in what they got out today.
That's right.
I may be talking too much and keeping you up too late.
That's all
But
right.
it's just exciting to be able to sit down and talk with somebody, share
Yes.
the gospel
Yes.
with it, and share it with the world for
Yeah.
everyone that will listen
Yes.
and rejoice together, be able to talk about things.
Yes.
It's hard to find anyone today even sitting down to talk with you a little while
That's
about the
right.
Lord.
That's right. You
The
know?
Lord about the Word and the gospel.
Yes.
But I'll say good night and God bless you. Good Lord's will, we'll be back into Luke tomorrow evening,
Yes.
and rejoice and be glad that we can come back one more time.
Yes. Yeah, I think Luke would be a good study for Easter.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
We find out a lot about the prodigal son in
Yes.
there too.
Yes.
We find out about the rich man.
Yes.
That prodigal son is something we need to listen real closer to. A
Yes.
lot of these be broken down and explained each part
Yes.
about the prodigal son.
Yes.
They condemn him, but they won't go no farther.
Yes.
And that's why we've all played the part of a prodigal son sometime or other in our life.
Yes.
And more than likely, though we don't want to, we may do it again
Yes.
because it's easy done.
Yes.
So good night and God bless.
Yeah. Good night. God bless you too.